These are the Diddy pictures Hollywood doesn't want you to see. Every A-list celebrity from Leonardo DiCaprio at his various get-togethers dating back to 1998.
It seems like Kris Jenner wasn't able to wipe this photo of her daughter, Kim, at one of Diddy's white parties off the internet fast enough.
Here are some leaked Diddy party photos that celebrities do not want you to see. Here's Kim with Diddy and Paris Hilton. Kim is someone who's getting so much flack right now because of how tight her and her family were with Diddy.
In 2006, Paris Hilton brought Kim to the white party, and for a couple of years, Kardashian was one closest to Diddy.
She attended quite a few of these parties, but one thing that keeps popping up is an old video of Khloe talking about an experience at a Diddy party, and it sounded pretty sketchy.
You're known for the parties. When you think of a party or a good time, you think of Puff. You do.
Well, this party, I think half the people there were.
I don't even want to imagine what Justin Bieber has been through, but with this case against Diddy happening, I really do hope it brought him some peace of mind and healing. These photos are from 1998, and it's from Diddy's infamous all-white Labor Day parties. Leonardo DiCaprio is already getting a ton of flack for not dating people over 25, supposedly, so now he's being connected to Diddy, and photos like this are circulating. People are wondering if he did anything sinister. I think Leonardo DiCaprio is one of the most talented actors in Hollywood, so I'm really hoping he hasn't done anything shady. His dating preference is just a preference as far as I know. People really find JLo unlikable. I don't. I genuinely really like her, but in this photo that's circulating right now, people can't stop talking about how genuinely off she looks. Was it lack of sleep? Did she take something to alter her brain? Maybe drank too much? Of course, Jay-Z's in the photo. Him and Diddy were super tight. We have yet to find out if Jay-Z and Beyonce have done more sinister stuff, but a lot of people are positive that they have. Ashton Kutcher and Demi Moore. Ashton and Diddy were so tight to the point that him and Mila are apparently considering moving away. He's being accused of so much right now, and so is Demi. Here he is swinging around on a swing. Russell Brand has in the past said some things about Diddy that were questionable. Him and Diddy were also tight at one moment.
Diddy's new to me, right? He looked after me. He took me on an enforced holiday to Vegas.
He said Diddy is someone that is hard to say no to. Rumor has it that he's trying to get rid of these photos, including one particular photo that he's holding an egg in. Apparently, getting ready to do something called an egg test. If you want more info on what that means, Suge Knight revealed it, you can Google it. Chris Brown and Diddy were tight, and it's said that Diddy even defended him when the infamous Rihanna situation happened. Here's an image of him dancing and having fun at a Diddy party. Mariah Carey is a queen, and here she is with Nick Cannon, her ex. Nick apparently has defended Diddy throughout the case, which is pretty yikes. But he makes some questionable decisions, so maybe he genuinely doesn't know the severity of what's happening. Tommy Lee is a bad boy. I don't think he's done anything even close to what Diddy's being accused of, but he used to party hard. Here he is at a Diddy party, dressed in all white, but adding his own twist with headphones, a chain, and some black shades. Not to mention his signature piercings. Paris Hilton used to be known as a party girl back in the day, same with Nick Carter. Here's a photo of them that was leaked during the Diddy raids.
You're not gonna believe it, guys, but there were more celebrities caught at P. Diddy's freak-off parties. There ain't no party like a Diddy party, LeBron James says.
Everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
Yeah, that's what's up.
And while we all thought that meant a good time you'll never forget, we're now realizing it's a nightmare many celebrities wish they never attended. Diddy's always been known for throwing parties that are the talk of the town, attracting stars from every corner of the entertainment industry. But what makes these so-called freak-off parties so special? And why are they now making headlines?
Can't tell that one either. I mean, I'm like actually cycling through them.
Well, it all started when a collection of photos and videos from past events began to resurface, giving fans and critics a glimpse into the wild world of Diddy's celebrations. Among the celebrities who've been spotted at these parties are some major A-listers: Leonardo DiCaprio, Jay-Z, Beyonce, and Kim Kardashian, just to name a few. Each event seemed to be more extravagant than the last, full of interesting decorations and a seemingly endless supply of champagne. And while most of these celebrities haven't been caught of any wrongdoing, their mere association with Diddy has sparked intense questioning of their characters. P. Diddy's freak-off parties have been getting a lot of attention recently, and now it seems like a whole roster of celebs have found themselves linked to these events. And I'm sure there are way more of them linked to these parties. These parties are also known for their late nights, with reports suggesting that things really heat up once the clock strikes midnight. It's at this hour that the freak-offs supposedly begin, described as a time when the atmosphere shifts and the energy, well, it becomes very weird. These events are said to feature everything from wild dance-offs to bizarre performances, and while some may find it entertaining, others raise an eyebrow at what really goes on behind closed doors. One former party attendee said the atmosphere was always crazy and that many guests, well, they were already in a party mood when they got there. From the outside, it appeared to be a lavish celebration, but insiders have described a strange experience at these events. It's like Diddy parties had an aura of unpredictability, where anything could happen, and it often did. I think many attending expected a good time, but then encountered a time they wanted to forget. But despite the glamour, there are rumors hanging over Diddy like a dark cloud. The rapper has found himself in the spotlight for all the wrong reasons recently, facing challenges that could shake his empire. And I think it already has. As he faces backlash, the parties he once held with pride have come under some big judgment. Some wonder whether the money and fame could have covered more questionable elements that are now coming to light. During this drama, Diddy's team has made headlines claiming the case against him is a targeted aim driven by racial bias. His lawyer, Mark Agnifilo, has suggested the allegations are part of a bigger narrative that seeks to undermine the success of prominent Black figures in the entertainment industry. Whether or not this argument will resonate in court remains to be seen, but it adds another layer of drama to an already complicated situation. Does anyone really believe what this lawyer is saying? Because I'm not buying it. Meanwhile, Netflix is getting in on the action, reportedly working on a doc-series that will explore Diddy's life, including those parties. Produced by none other than 50 Cent, this docuseries aims to provide an interesting perspective on the rapper's story, while also addressing the broader implications of the situations he's currently facing. It's an ambitious project that promises to dive deep into the life of one of hip-hop's most influential figures, and how his downfall has made him one of the most disliked. As fans await its release, the anticipation is building, and many are curious to see how this will all unfold. Diddy's history of hosting A-list parties goes back decades, and while many stars have enjoyed themselves here, it raises questions about the culture of celebrity and roles that come with it. Celebs are often put on pedestals, admired and idolized, but the line between admiration and collaboration can sometimes blur. The resurfacing of these photos and videos has opened the floor for discussions about these stars in Hollywood. As the Diddy story unfolds, fans are left wondering what the future holds for him and the many celebs who attended his parties. With their names involved in all of this, some might find themselves needing to distance themselves from the issue at hand. Leonardo DiCaprio, for example, has reportedly cut ties with Diddy, while other stars may be reevaluating their past associations. What will be the fallout from all of this? How will the celebrities linked to these parties navigate the pressure? And what does this mean for the future of celebrity culture? One thing's for sure, I think those who never attended are happy they escaped a close call. Diddy's parties may have been all about luxury and fun, but the questions raised remind us that even the most glamorous events can have hidden secrets.
Footage from P. Diddy's freak-off parties is getting leaked. Just when it seems like the situation surrounding Sean Diddy Combs couldn't get any more complicated, new revelations have come to light, surprising and concerning many people. After stories emerged about his personal life and behind-the-scenes activities, Diddy is now facing multiple lawsuits from individuals alleging misconduct. Recently, even more interesting information surfaced, with rumors swirling that a private recording involving Diddy and a yet-to-be-identified celebrity is being shopped around to media outlets. Diddy Diddy was initially taken into custody back in September of 2024 as part of a large-scale investigation against him. Earlier in the year, in March, authorities conducted several raids that uncovered troubling evidence. According to reports, the searches revealed a variety of concerning materials, from certain things and oils to recording devices that were apparently used to film people without their knowledge, as reported by the New York Post.
And they seized cases of the kinds of personal lubricant, more than 1,000 bottles altogether.
As Diddy deals with a number of legal cases, it has come out that certain media outlets may be trying to get their hands on one of the alleged recordings. According to an attorney connected to one of the accusers, the individuals in possession of the footage are attempting to sell it directly to the people featured in the video. The goal, it seems, is to give those involved a chance to keep the footage private before it's sold elsewhere. We may find out sooner rather than later if this person decides not to purchase the video. The attorney, Ariel Mitchell-Kidd, explained in an interview with News Nation. If they choose not to buy it, the individuals who own the tape will likely try to sell it on the open market. Mitchell-Kidd, who has seen the tape, confirmed that the two individuals featured in the footage are clearly recognizable.
Mr. Combs was in the tape and this other person is more high profile than Mr. Combs.
She also shared that the celebrity involved in the recording is deeply disturbed by the situation. This young star, reportedly a well-known figure in the entertainment world, is said to feel both betrayed and upset that the private video has come back into the public eye. As the investigation continues, it's also been suggested that this might not be the only recording involving Diddy and others. In fact, during the interview with News Nation, Mitchell-Kidd revealed that there could be additional tapes featuring other celebrities. The attorney noted that she had been contacted by individuals claiming to possess at least 3 other recordings involving high-profile figures. The people who reached out to me say they have 3 different tapes featuring 3 different celebrities, with one of them involving Diddy. Mitchell-Kidd said. There's also a 4th tape that apparently involves another celebrity, although Diddy isn't featured in that one. It's supposedly recorded at his house. However, Mitchell-Kidd was quick to clarify that she hasn't seen these other tapes, and so she can't confirm their existence. Still, the authorities who conducted the raid on Diddy's home earlier in 2024 reportedly discovered footage that features several recognizable faces. Beyond the immediate legal incident, Diddy's case raises broader questions about privacy in the digital age, particularly for high-profile individuals. With the rapid advancement of technology, it's become increasingly easy to record and share intimate moments without a person's knowledge. This whole situation really brings to light how important it is to respect people's privacy and get consent, not just for celebrities, but for anyone. It also shows how quickly the internet and media can spread personal information without thinking about the damage it might cause to the people involved. At this point, Diddy remains in custody as he awaits his trial. The multiple cases against him are continuing to unfold, and it's unclear how long this legal process will take. Given the serious nature of the allegations and the many individuals involved, this could be a long road ahead. For now, much of the attention has turned to the potential fallout from these tapes. If they do exist and are released, it could have major implications for both Diddy and the other celebrities allegedly featured in the recording. The existence of hidden recordings has already sparked serious concerns about privacy and consent, with many questioning how something like this could have happened. As we wait to see how things develop, it's worth taking a step back to consider the broader picture. Diddy has been a major player in the music and entertainment industries for decades, and his influence has been far-reaching. He's known not just for his musical contributions, but also for his work as a producer, entrepreneur, and cultural icon. However, the current allegations have cast a shadow over his legacy, and it remains to be seen how he will be remembered in the long run. The public has been following this case closely, and for good reason. It's not every day that someone with Diddy's level of fame and influence is at the center of such serious allegations. His fans, colleagues, and even casual observers are all waiting to see how this will play out in the courts. At the same time, many people are expressing sympathy for the alleged victims in these cases. Legal experts have pointed out that the individuals who have come forward are likely going through an incredibly difficult time, and their voices deserve to be heard. As these cases move forward, the focus should remain on ensuring that justice is served for everyone involved. Looking ahead, it's possible that we may see even more revelations in the coming months. With the investigation still ongoing and with several lawsuits already filed, there's a good chance that additional details will come to light. Whether or not those details will change the course course of the case remains to be seen, but one thing is clear, this story is far from over. For now, Diddy's legal team is working hard to fight the charges against him, and they maintain that he is innocent of all allegations. It's important to remember that everyone's entitled to a fair trial, and the courts will ultimately decide the outcome of these cases. In the meantime, the entertainment world continues to watch and wait. This situation has already had a ripple effect across the industry, with many people questioning how such events could happen in the first place. Some are calling for more accountability and transparency within the industry, while others are simply hoping for a resolution that brings closure to everyone involved. No matter how this case ends, it will likely have a lasting impact on all parties involved. Diddy's career, reputation, and future will be shaped by what happens in the courtroom, and the same goes for the individuals connected to this case. As we wait for the next chapter in this ongoing story, one thing is certain. This is a moment that will be remembered for years to come. Maybe just for the amount of baby oil alone, and its outcome will have lasting consequences for all involved. Whether or not justice is served will depend on the legal process, but for now, all we can do is watch, wait, and hope for a fair and just resolution.
First, I didn't like him at all, I didn't. I thought he was like...
Years ago, Jennifer Lopez exposed Diddy as a cheater, but no one listened. Today, we're going to be looking at their past relationship and some of the things that she had to say.
Sean and I were very different that way,
After Jennifer Lopez and P. Diddy's breakup in 2001, Jennifer never held back and was honest about talking why the relationship ended. In an interview with Vibe magazine in 2003, JLo said that P. Diddy cheated on her. Coupled with the allegations, it really doesn't shine a positive light on him at all. She said that he would often go clubbing and stay out all night without coming back home. She explained, "I had to think, do I want to be home with kids in 10 years wondering where somebody is at 3 in the morning? It was the first time I was with someone who wasn't faithful. I was in this relationship with Puff where I was totally crying, crazy, and going nuts. It really took my whole life on a tailspin."
Just one of those breakups that really, it was like a tough one for me.
In an interview with CBS, JLo talked about Diddy helping with her music career. While it makes sense that she said that he supported her and showed her the ropes, it seems unlikely that JLo would say this now, knowing the allegations against Diddy. Pepe Weintraub, who is a celebrity insider and famous TikToker, weighed in on this. What he had to say was, "I think Jennifer Lopez is always right. People should have listened to her, and now look what happened. The effects of what P. Diddy has done are being felt around the world, and honestly, it's crazy that no one listened to Jennifer Lopez in the first place."
Because I didn't think much of myself, and so the world didn't think much of me.
While some people wonder if Jennifer Lopez was talking about Diddy in her documentary The Greatest Love Story Never Told when she mentioned being in an abusive relationship in the past. But she's never said that this is what their relationship was like. In 2014, P. Diddy talked about Jennifer Lopez's behind, which was definitely awkward. According to the Daily Mail, he said, "It's great, it's a work of art, it's something that will go down in history for real." When a reporter asked JLo about this quote during an interview with Access Hollywood, she praised his music career and said, "He gave me so many cues and taught me so many things."
I have decided to tell my story, and I've never shared with anybody in the world.
What she said was, "We had this kind of crazy, tumultuous relationship that ended in a bang, let's say. It was definitely a moment, but I felt like it was necessary. Like, he was meant to be in my life at the moment to teach me what I needed to know about this music business, about what kind of artist I wanted to be in the music industry." Well, at the time of this video, Jennifer Lopez has not commented on the allegations against P. Diddy or his house raids. She was in the news again because of an incident at a club in 1999. According to Forbes, Jennifer Lopez was in a club December 1999 with P. Diddy and his mentee Jamal Shine Barrow and bodyguard Anthony Wolf Jones when a fight broke out. A trial took place and Jones and Diddy didn't end up going to jail. They were acquitted. However, Barrow spent 9 years in prison. The New York Post reported that sources said that Jennifer Lopez didn't face any charges, was in jail for 14 hours, and then she went home. As Forbes reported, the incident involving P. Diddy and Jennifer Lopez became relevant again because Rodney Lil Rod Jones sued Cuba Gooding Jr. and Diddy for SA. According to the lawsuit, Jones said Diddy shared that he was responsible for the incident in the nightclub in New York with rapper Shine. The case is also getting attention again because one of the victims, Netanya Rubin, said, "I'm willing to have a doctor remove part of the 9mm bullet in my face so they can use it as evidence if need be for this trial." As the New York Post reported in March 2024, Rodney Jones said in his lawsuit against Diddy, JLo carried the firearm into the club for him and passed him the firearm after he got into an altercation with another individual. But there's no confirmation that this actually happened. In 2000, Jennifer Lopez talked about the incident in an interview with Elle and said, "It was a complete nightmare from beginning to end. I was scared in the car. I had absolutely no idea what was going on."
Explicit photos of JLo and Diddy have just leaked onto the internet. There are many screenshots.
Jennifer Lopez photos and history with P. Diddy get leaked. Jennifer Lopez has a long storied history with P. Diddy, one that not many people may know. She was at his white parties, she dated him for a while, and it may go even deeper. JLo may know a bit more about his situation than most.
So much of my past.
Before Diddy became the subject of federal investigations, he was known for throwing legendary white parties in the Hamptons, hosting the biggest stars of the time in glamorous summer gatherings that embodied the peak of early 2000s celebrity culture. Photos from these parties resurfacing after his recent arrest show a variety of familiar faces mingling at his mansion in East Hampton.
Controversy surrounding Puffy and JLo. A couple of resurfaced photos from Puffy's.
The scene was filled with everyone from rising teen idols to fashion industry royalty, all dressed in iconic white outfits. And one of the most talked about photos from these parties shows Diddy lounging on an enormous white bed surrounded by pillows right next to his then girlfriend, the one and only Jennifer Lopez. This couple wasn't just a photo op. They were dating on and off between 1999 and 2001, during a pivotal moment in both of their careers. Their relationship became as much of a headline as their individual successes.
He was larger than life, but at first I didn't like him at all.
That July 2000 white party, like many of Diddy's events, was packed with a who's who of Hollywood and the music world. They were photographed alongside Kimora Lee Simmons and her then husband, Russell Simmons, as well as actors like Matthew Broderick and Sarah Jessica Parker. The iconic singer Aaliyah was also there, as was Leonardo DiCaprio, who at 25 was captured relaxing with Diddy and a few friends, sipping champagne in true Hampton style. JLo and Diddy's relationship, even outside of these parties, was always marked by a certain undeniable chemistry.
I didn't like him because Sean and I were very different that way, you know.
They weren't just a power couple in terms of fame. They were making waves in each other's professional lives too. At the time, JLo was skyrocketing to fame with hits like her debut album On the Six, which Diddy had a hand in producing. They were both at career highs, but their romance was known for its ups and downs, with the pair breaking up and reconciling multiple times. Their bond seemed intense and glamorous, but as many high-profile romances go, it also had its darker moments. Their relationship took a particularly dramatic turn in December 1999 when the couple was involved in a high-profile nightclub incident that would end up shaping both of their lives in unexpected ways. The pair had been out for the night in New York City when an argument erupted between Jamal Shine Barrow, a young rapper mentored by Diddy, and members of JLo's security team. Before anyone knew it, the altercation escalated, resulting in a situation that left 3 people injured. When the police arrived on the scene, Diddy and JLo made an attempt to leave the scene behind, but they were soon stopped by law enforcement. A search of their car revealed a stolen self-defense object, leading to the immediate arrest of both JLo and Diddy. The aftermath of that night was crazy. JLo was released without charges, but the whole thing left a mark. For Diddy, however, the consequences were more serious. He faced a lot of legal stuff related to the incident, though he ultimately managed to avoid jail time. Reflecting on the impact of this night years later, JLo shared how odd and overwhelming it was to be caught up in such a situation. In an interview with Elle, she described it as a nightmare, recalling that she was scared and had no idea what was unfolding around her. JLo and Diddy's relationship didn't survive much longer after the nightclub incident, though it certainly left a mark on both of their lives. Their breakup was another headline maker, with JLo later opening up about the toll it took on her. In a 2003 interview with Vibe, she shared that her relationship with Diddy was the first time she'd ever been with someone who wasn't faithful, and she didn't hold back on describing the impact. "I was in this relationship with Puff where I was totally crying, crazy, and going nuts." She said, "It really sent my whole life into a tailspin. It was a painful period for her, one that showed the sometimes chaotic side of the celebrity lifestyle." Interestingly, Diddy wasn't the only person connected to JLo's music career who played a role in her personal life. Her first husband, Ojani Noah, also has a complicated connection to Diddy. Noah and JLo were married briefly between 1997 and 98, before her rise to mega stardom. But years later, Noah suggested that Diddy played a part in their split. He opened up during an interview with Despierta America, sharing his thoughts on how he believes Diddy's influence impacted his and JLo's marriage. According to Noah, things started to change when JLo began working on her debut album, On the 6, with Diddy as one of the producers. He felt the distance between them growing as she was traveling between New York, Miami, and other locations for her career, while he stayed in Los Angeles working on his own projects. In Noah's words, that's when he started noticing the deception and the lies. That would eventually contribute to the end of their marriage. While they'd been working hard to balance their relationship, the pressures of fame and success proved to be difficult to manage. The fallout from his split with JLo continued to affect Noah's life even after their relationship ended. During the same interview, he reflected on how he believes JLo's actions post-divorce impacted his career. He said she had taken him to court, accused him of things he hadn't done, and even reached out to various companies and networks, which he claims led to lost job opportunities. He expressed frustration over the situation, wondering why she would go to such lengths when he felt he hadn't done anything to warrant that treatment. Meanwhile, JLo has kept her comments on Diddy's recent legal issues to a minimum. While the two certainly have a lot of history, both personally and professionally, she hasn't spoken out regarding the current investigations or his arrest. Given the tumultuous nature of their relationship and the highs and lows they experienced together, it's understandable that she might want to keep her distance from any fresh discussion surrounding him. Still, it's hard to ignore the lasting impact their time together has had on pop culture. The images from Diddy's iconic white parties, like the one of him and JLo on that lavish bed, are a reminder of the larger-than-life moments that define the celebrity scene at the time. These parties weren't just gatherings, they were events that represented the glamour and excess of a particular era in Hollywood, and Diddy, for all the good and bad, was at the center of it. The reason Jennifer Lopez and Cameron Diaz are scared of Diddy.
JLo and her involvement with Diddy, what do we know? I wish JLo herself would come out and say what she knows.
Everyone is aware of what Diddy is capable of, and it is so disheartening to think that Cameron Diaz could have been at the hands of Diddy at one point.
JLo dated Diddy, and now she wants nothing to do with him.
At first, I didn't like him at all. You know, I didn't. I thought he was like...
You'd think their relationship would mean she would at least talk about his charges, right?
Federal agents took Sean Diddy Combs into custody.
Well, as it turns out, she might want to steer clear of him because he might have some dirt on her she doesn't want the world to know.
Many are noticing the silence of Jennifer Lopez.
It's even possible that JLo told Cameron Diaz that if she wanted her career to survive this, then she should steer clear too. The recent arrest of Sean Diddy Combs has cast a shadow over some of his closest celebrity acquaintances, including Jennifer Lopez and Cameron Diaz.
Jennifer, do you think Diddy deserves to be in jail?
With a list of charges and over 120 lawsuits allegedly tied to his name, the situation has become a public spectacle. For years, Diddy's lavish parties attracted some of Hollywood's biggest names, and these gatherings are now at the center of discussion as they're rumored to have hosted troubling incidents. Since his arrest, a noticeable silence has come over his celebrity friends. Most former associates have steered clear, avoiding any statements that could link them to his troubles, a calculated distance believed to be crucial for preserving their careers. It's not just a reputation issue. Sources say some celebrities, including Jennifer Lopez and Cameron Diaz, are concerned about possible details Diddy might share. According to an insider who spoke to In Touch Weekly, there's a legitimate fear among a huge swath of people in Hollywood, JLo and Cameron included, that he could seriously embarrass them if he decides to talk about what they shared with him back in the day, which was pretty intimate. Their hands are tied. It's not like they can reach out to him, and showing any kind of support for him is out of the question.
None of Diddy's friends are stepping up to defend him because they're all currently planning their escape.
So all they can do is hope and pray he keeps his mouth shut. This atmosphere of unease has reportedly caused a stir among former partygoers, who wonder just how much Diddy has on record. Diddy's legendary bashes drew some of the most famous faces from across the entertainment industry. Throughout the years, A-listers would flock to his events with appearances from actors, musicians, and influencers alike. The guest list included top names in hip-hop, pop, film, and sports. Celebrities such as Beyonce, Jay-Z, Mariah Carey, Usher, and even Madonna were often spotted at Diddy's gatherings, drawn by the promise of glamorous entertainment and non-stop fun. These parties were designed to be exclusive, giving stars a break from the spotlight while enjoying a unique environment that catered to their taste for privacy and luxury. Jennifer Lopez and Cameron Diaz were known to attend these parties as well. Both actresses were close to Diddy at various points in their lives. JLo famously dated him for a time in the late 1990s.
It was just like the first time I fell in love, like love at first sight.
During that era, the two were practically inseparable, making headlines as a power couple in the music and entertainment world. Even after their romantic relationship ended, Jennifer Lopez and Diddy maintained a cordial public relationship for years. Meanwhile, Cameron Diaz was rumored to have had a friendly relationship with the rapper as well, occasionally appearing at industry events where he was present. Rumors surrounding Diddy's infamous freak-off parties started to gain traction after his arrest. Allegedly, these were no ordinary Hollywood bashes. They were gatherings where the stakes were much higher and the rules were more relaxed. The New York Post reported that these parties were often after parties for major events, like the VMAs, and would carry on until the early morning hours at Diddy's mansion. One such alleged after party was held following a major awards show where guests, including recognizable faces from music, fashion, and acting, moved from the public venue to Diddy's private residence.
Take a picture. Something like this only happens once in a lifetime.
It was during these late-night gatherings that things reportedly took a more extravagant and less controlled turn. Inside sources claim that guests were treated to extensive entertainment options, all within a secluded environment where they were free to enjoy themselves away from the public eye.
Pound bag of oof for the mutts. 5 carrots on my.
However, recent investigations have suggested that some of these parties might have crossed certain lines, involving activities that now raised questions about what went on behind closed doors. With news of potential recordings from these parties, some stars who once attended have reportedly grown concerned.
Diddy party stories, man. That was like some weird memory lane stuff.
Some former party attendees fear that the details from these gatherings may surface in the legal proceedings. Although no one is directly implicated, there's speculation that video evidence might hint at certain behaviors that many celebrities would prefer to keep out of the public eye. The New York Post added fuel to the rumors by claiming that some tapes featured partygoers who seemed to be enjoying themselves to the fullest. But the new context has raised concerns about what's on those recordings and who might be identifiable in them. The prospect of old videos or recordings making the rounds has reportedly created a stir among former attendees, with some individuals like Jennifer Lopez and Cameron Diaz being particularly concerned. Their connection to Diddy has always been public, making it more difficult to avoid any association with his current legal stuff. For stars like them, distancing themselves is about protecting their careers and reputations, especially since any mention of their attendance at these parties might complicate things for them personally and professionally. These parties weren't just ordinary gatherings. They were well-planned events known for their glamour and excess.
To watch over us as a people, as a family.
Diddy's parties were designed to be unforgettable, bringing together luxury entertainment and a curated guest list of high-profile individuals. The atmosphere was electric, complete with gourmet catering, live performances, and whatever it took to create a memorable experience. Stars from nearly every corner of the entertainment world would attend, and for many, it was a chance to relax, network, and let loose from any prying eyes. But with these new allegations, the perception of these once coveted invitations has changed dramatically. Many now view the memories from Diddy's parties with mixed feelings. What was once seen as a safe, elite gathering space now feels clouded by discussion. And while many celebrities once saw Diddy's gatherings as the pinnacle of exclusive Hollywood nightlife, there's a sense of apprehension now about how these events might be remembered in light of current accusations. With all the attention now on the possible content of these recordings, Hollywood's elite may feel uneasy about what could be revealed if certain details came to light. As the legal cases unfold, Hollywood is watching closely to see what information might surface. For stars like Jennifer Lopez and Cameron Diaz, the concern is as much about privacy as it is about maintaining their public images. They aren't the only ones. A large number of individuals have kept their distance from Diddy since his arrest, likely out of an abundance of caution. Celebrities' relationships with him have been friendly, but aligning with him now carries risks that few are willing to take. In an industry where reputation is everything, these latest developments are a reminder that past associations can have unexpected consequences. For now, Lopez, Diaz, and others are staying silent, with fingers crossed that no damaging revelations come to light. Hollywood's A-list knows well that even attending a party could lead to lasting repercussions, especially when someone as high profile as Diddy is involved. Ultimately, as the story continues to unfold, celebrities who once enjoyed Diddy's lavish hospitality are watching carefully, hoping that their involvement remains nothing more than a distant memory. Diddy has no need for 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant. At least not by himself. Let's check out some celebrities who attended P. Diddy's freak-off parties. Watch the splash zone. Jennifer Lopez. Following Diddy's infamous recent arrest, pictures of Jennifer Lopez in bed with her former partner have surfaced again. As a result of an investigation, Diddy was arrested in New York very recently. He is being held at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn. In a widely shared photo from Diddy's 2000 4th of July celebration, Lopez and the late R&B legend Aaliyah are seen in bed together. Model Natane, late record executive Andre Harrell, and Damon Dash were also in the photo. The guests appeared to cuddle up next to each other as they relaxed on the enormous bed and grinned boldly. After dating from 1999 to 2001, JLo and Diddy were still together at the time. The photos have appeared again after Diddy's arrest, when a video of her mother losing it when asked if a romantic reunion with him was possible went viral. Jennifer made an appearance on the Wendy Williams show back in 2015, and her mother Guadalupe Rodriguez was present in the crowd. As she remarked, "So if you recall, the last time you were here I was telling you that I could always see you getting back with Puffy in a little way."
Getting back with Puffy in a little way.
Talk show host Wendy seemed interested in learning if a reunion was imminent, but no dice. Justin Bieber. Bieber and Diddy have been friends since the former's teenage years, when Scooter Braun and R&B singer Usher found him on YouTube as a young talent. Online footage showing Diddy with Justin Bieber, who was 15 at the time, has reappeared since the rapper was detained on suspicion of some pretty bad stuff. The video, which shows Diddy, who is 24 years older than Bieber, documenting his 48 hours with the teenage singer, has been labeled creepy by Twitter users. In the video, Combs informs the camera while standing next to the up-and-coming pop star. He's having 48 hours with Diddy. Where we hanging out and what we're doing we can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream.
They're having the times of their lives.
Diddy adds, "I have been given custody of him. He's signed to Usher and I had legal guardianship of Usher when he did his first album." Diddy continues, "I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours he's with me and we're gonna go full crazy." The 30-year-old Justin Bieber nowadays is reportedly shutting off from the outside world because he is so disturbed by the news of Combs' arrest. Speaking only to DailyMail.com, an insider claims that the new father is having a hard time making sense of the accusations, especially because he worked with Combs less than a year ago. He has been totally thrown by them. About Bieber, the source stated, "Bieber is so disturbed by the Diddy news and is unwilling to process it or discuss it, so he has shut off. So many people who helped to make him who he is were very close to Diddy, and it has completely thrown him. Justin hasn't been responding to this since the home raids. He's not going to." The insider went on to say that Justin Bieber sincerely regrets working with Diddy and would not have done so if he had been aware of the accusations that have subsequently surfaced. They continued, "He had a long break from Diddy when he believed most of this took place and he had distanced himself from him. He was featured on Diddy's most recent album, and had he known any of this, there's no way he would have done it." Usher has acknowledged that while he was living with Diddy when he was 14, he was exposed to some pretty wild things. Usher shared information regarding his time spent living with Diddy in the spring of 1994 in an interview that was discovered from 2016. Usher, who is 45, claimed on the Howard Stern show that record producer L.A. Reid suggested that he moved in with the R&B singer in Scarsdale so he could see the lifestyle. Usher responded as follows to Stern's question about whether Diddy's place was filled with chicks and fun non-stop. "Not really. I got a chance to see some things I don't know if I could indulge and even understand what I was looking at. It was pretty wild. It was crazy. There were very curious things taking place and I didn't necessarily understand it," he admitted. When asked if he would send his kids to Puffy Flavor Camp, Usher said, "Hell no," with conviction. Kim Kardashian, Khloe Kardashian, and Kylie Jenner. At his $40 million Holmby Hills estate in 2019, Combs threw a lavish 50th birthday celebration for Kim, Khloe, and half-sister Kylie Jenner. That December night, the enormous property hosted a number of celebrity acquaintances before Homeland Security raided it 5 years later as part of an investigation into him. A video of the event, which featured celebrities like the Kardashians, Beyonce and Jay-Z, Snoop Dogg, Paris Hilton, Naomi Campbell, and the late Kobe Bryant, was recently posted by record producer Stevie J. He tweeted on social media, sharing the video saying, "This is what a real Diddy party looks like." Naomi Campbell. The rumored ex-lover has appeared in many public engagements alongside Diddy. In addition to attending his glamorous 50th birthday party, Campbell assisted his twin daughters, Jessie and Delilah, in 2022 on their 16th birthday celebrations. She was pictured with Combs and Janet Jackson as recently as November 9th, 2023, when she hosted his 54th birthday at London's Lavo Club. Before they left the birthday celebration apart, Combs was spotted enjoying a glass of wine in the back of a London taxi, where the good times continued. In 2001, there were rumors that the two were dating. However, a spokesperson for the celebrity later clarified that they were simply friends. According to Page 6, Campbell and Jackson have now deleted the Instagram pictures they shared of Jackson on his 54th birthday. The action came after Combs' former girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, filed a complaint, claiming that he had been in control of her for more than 10 years. Page 6 said that the pictures from his birthday celebration had been removed from the Instagram sites the day after the lawsuit was filed. A source told Page 6, losing people like Naomi and Janet, those types, it's going to be very hard on him, because he's such a narcissist. Prince Harry and Prince William. Diddy is well known for having met William and Harry, the British royals, backstage at the Princess Diana concert in 2008, which included a star-studded after-show party. Alongside Combs and Kanye West, the now separated brothers posed for pictures, with Harry putting his arm around the imprisoned mogul's shoulder. The princes mockingly refused to put on the large white striped shades that West was trying to get them to wear. Leonardo DiCaprio at the white party. Diddy said of his first ever white party, there were 200 people sitting out here just having a down-home cookout, adding that this included Leonardo DiCaprio after he'd just finished Titanic. Pictures from his second white party on September 4th, 1999 showed a grinning DiCaprio, then 24 years old, kicking back with a Tribe Called Quest's Jarobi White and Diddy, both of whom seemed like they were holding champagne bottles. In another picture, Leo sipped from a glass while Diddy motioned for the camera while holding a woman in his lap.
Man, you got some visitors, dog.
The P. Diddy scandal is out of control after his mansions were raided both in LA and Miami.
Diddy's Los Angeles and Miami mansions raided by SWAT teams.
And let me tell you, this isn't getting out of control because, well, for no reason. Just because he hasn't said anything yet regarding the situation at hand, these allegations against Mr. P. Diddy are Mr. P. Crazy.
The home of rapper P. Diddy is being raided.
Diddy has denied all allegations against him and addressed some of the accusations in a December 6, 2023 Instagram post, but that was a while back before his house was raided. Enough is enough. For the last couple of weeks, I've sat silently and watched people try to assassinate my character, destroy my reputation and my legacy, is what he wrote back in 2023.
Several law enforcement agencies are raiding the home of hip-hop mogul P. Diddy.
But get this, Prince Harry recently got caught up in a $30 million lawsuit involving Mr. Sean Diddy Combs. And these are some serious allegations regarding inappropriate actions.
Prince Harry's name has been mentioned in court documents related to allegations Sean Diddy Combs.
According to court papers that were filed by the music producer Lil Rod, P. Diddy supposedly hosted some extremely wild parties where these guests were drawn in by promises of close ties with celebrities and athletes and politicians and even Prince Harry. Yeah, it seems to be something common for these Hollywood showdowns. Although apparently Prince Harry is not being associated with the lawsuit in the way that you might think. But there are ties between Harry and Diddy that go all the way back to a certain party from 2007. And since Homeland Security recently raided the homes of P. Diddy.
This is part of an ongoing investigation started by Homeland Security Investigations.
It seems like the rapper just decided that it really wasn't worth commenting on anything, especially regarding Prince Harry, and of course Prince Harry hasn't commented on anything himself. But the Miami airport had federal agents searching all of his properties while he was spotted there. And so what exactly has been going on between P. Diddy's ex-girlfriend Cassie, who dropped the bombshell lawsuit against him last year, and Diddy, because she didn't hold out in calling out what she described as very depraved conduct. And the fact that Prince Harry is being jumbled up in all of the lawsuits is a really, really bad look for the royal family. And if Harry does end up getting in trouble for associating himself with P. Diddy and attending these parties, then this could be the ultimate end for Harry and the whole shenanigan with Meghan. Because ever since the two have been making headlines for all of their controversy with their new business endeavors and their new websites, there's just too much going on for the press to handle. So there hasn't been a lot of information yet. So what exactly could Prince Harry have done to get involved involved in the scandal in the first place, I mean, we can only really speculate. But it's possible that there were some really serious and unlawful actions, perhaps some stuff that Meghan never even knew about. And it is also possible that since Harry has been hanging around all these Hollywood celebrities and all these specially regarded people, that he really is just actually partaking in the things that he really shouldn't be. And it's time to take a look at what the people are saying on the internet. Of course, it's my favorite segment here at FTD News, Pepe's Perspectives, where I, Pepe, take a deep dive into what you guys are saying on the internet. This person says this is so irresponsible. Colloquially, being named in a lawsuit means being named as a defendant. Yeah. I mean, they're basically saying that you can try covering it up, but the name drop is there for a reason. Someone added on saying when there's smoke, there's fire. And yes, I agree, those typically go hand in hand in this world, but let me tell you, when it comes to this man, and I'm talking about Harry, you could also say Diddy as well, there seems to be constant fire. This person said, Harry never had a good judgment in character choices, and after all, look who he married. And now hold on, what does this have to do with P. Diddy? Because honestly, anything we can do to give Meghan Markle some sort of a bad name in the press seems to always come up in conversation, but guys, I don't know if she really has anything to do with this one.
Well, we're exploring the colossal non-disclosure agreements those in Combs' inner circle may have had to sign.
How this NDA could be legal. How Diddy could actually enforce this.
Diddy's known for making his artists sign NDAs in exchange for silence and looking the other way when they see freaky stuff.
I have to sign an NDA that I will never disparage Puff, Bad Boy.
Would the rules of an NDA force someone to keep quiet?
I don't understand the use of an NDA if you are aware of something going on in your environment that is illegal.
Strict rules P. Diddy forced people to follow at his freak-off parties.
Guys, have you seen what you need to sign if you go to a Diddy party?
Recently, a strikingly restrictive non-disclosure agreement tied to Sean Diddy Combs has surfaced.
Have you ever laid eyes on the contract required to attend a Diddy bash? This document's been floating around for a while,
providing an unusual look into a world filled with disturbing allegations around his infamous freak-off parties. Known for his lavish lifestyle and celebrity influence, Diddy's use of NDAs seems to push these agreements to extreme levels. Attorney Gavin Tudor Elliott, who reviewed the NDA for the Miami Herald, pointed out that while these agreements are common in the entertainment industry, the one associated with Diddy is far from ordinary. Most NDAs are created to shield a celebrity's personal or professional life from public scrutiny. But Diddy's NDA reportedly goes far beyond simple privacy protection. This document might just be the broadest non-disclosure I've ever seen, Elliott remarked, reflecting on his 20-plus years in corporate contract work. According to him, the lack of specifics in Diddy's NDA raises more questions than it answers. Elliott suggests that the agreement may be designed less for privacy and more as a tool for controlling information and instilling fear in potential witnesses. Unlike standard NDAs that protect personal or business details, Diddy's NDA appears to create an intimidating culture of silence. The document restricts disclosure about virtually everything relating to Diddy, but what's unusual is its broad phrasing. Instead of focusing on specific boundaries, the NDA's vagueness leaves those who sign it wondering exactly who and what they're being forced to stay silent about. Elliott describes the document as so ambiguous that someone with little legal experience would likely feel compelled to stay silent about any interaction they had within Diddy's circle, even if criminal activities were involved. Rather than shielding a star from a few bad press moments, this NDA almost feels like a safety net for any questionable conduct. This NDA came to light as part of a lawsuit from music producer Rodney Lil Rod Jones.
The new allegations against Sean Diddy Combs, a music producer, is accusing hip-hop mogul of assaulting him,
who claims Diddy leads an organization with criminal implications, even accusing him of overseeing a less than legal network.
Very scary for myself, and it has me worried about my kids.
Lil Rod's lawsuit includes the NDA as evidence, showing that it was presented to people at a Hollywood recording studio where an alleged pew-pew went off. Lil Rod asserts that during a confrontation involving Diddy, Justin Bieber perhaps, and Justin Bieber's friend, a pew-pew ended up going off, leading to a cover-up. According to Lil Rod, Diddy's team altered the narrative, claiming the incident was a robbery outside the studio. Law enforcement hasn't released official reports, but Lil Rod recounts rushing to help Justin's injured friend, only for the friend to disappear afterward. Lil Rod's lawsuit is just one among multiple recent legal challenges for Diddy, who faces other accusations accusations tied to misconduct. The R&B singer Cassie Ventura previously filed a lawsuit alleging years of manipulation and control, which was quickly settled, but her allegations seem to have opened the floodgates.
Allegedly shows Combs assaulting then-girlfriend Cassie Ventura in a hallway.
In the wake of Cassie's legal action, other women came forward with similar claims, sparking a wave of lawsuits.
The violation I have experienced during the assault has had lasting effects on my body.
The NDA, with its overly broad language, has led many to wonder if it's not just a privacy measure but a way to silence potential witnesses. This NDA takes confidentiality to levels that Elliot finds deeply concerning. Typically, NDAs allow people to discuss public knowledge or information received from third parties, but this document leaves little room for any such discussions. It seemed designed to prevent people from even mentioning Diddy's name if there's a chance it could be related to anything worth discussing. Elliot calls it terrifying, as the lack of clear boundaries suggests that anyone remotely linked to Diddy could technically be covered by it. The document doesn't define who qualifies as Diddy's associate, leaving it up to interpretation. The result? Well, people who've signed this NDA may feel compelled to hold back any details, fearing they could somehow break its terms even without fully understanding them. Elliot believes the NDA's murky wording isn't accidental. For him, it's intentionally structured to discourage people from speaking out about what they see around Diddy. When people read this document, he suspects most of them would be alarmed enough to avoid sharing even neutral or unrelated details simply to avoid possible repercussions. And while NDAs can be legally challenged, it's unlikely that everyone signing it knows this, which only strengthens the control it has over them. For instance, while the document technically wouldn't stop someone from speaking in a legal setting, such as in court or during an investigation, how many ordinary people know that? To the average person, this NDA probably reads as an unbreakable code of silence. The power of an NDA like this lies in fear, according to Elliot. With its all-encompassing terms, most people likely wouldn't risk violating it, even if they witnessed something troubling. Elliot notes that if any illegal activities went down at Diddy's gatherings, anyone who signed this NDA might hesitate to report it, worrying about potential retaliation. They'd probably resort to vague responses like "I didn't see anything" rather than risk speaking out. With the stakes so high, this silence only serves to benefit those who might want to keep their actions hidden. Attorney Brad Cohen, who had represented high-profile clients such as Drake and Kodak Black, says NDAs are common things among celebrities, particularly those who have massive wealth or influence. With fame comes an increased risk of rumors, leaks, and exploitation, so NDAs are often used to prevent sensitive information from surfacing. According to Cohen, for people of Diddy's stature, NDAs serve as a shield for opportunistic individuals who might profile from spilling details about their private lives. However, he also acknowledges that these NDAs can go too far, especially if they're weaponized to silence people who have genuine grievances or witnessed illegal conduct. Elliot suspects the NDA presented at the studio was possibly an emergency measure crafted to quiet people who were present during the alleged pew-pew. While this theory is speculative, Elliot explains that the document's vagueness could indicate it's meant for moments when something serious happens and immediate damage control is needed. He suggests that Diddy's team likely has other NDAs, perhaps better worded for routine interactions, while this one is saved for urgent, high-stakes situations. Diddy's parties have long had a reputation for being decadent and exclusive, with rumors swirling about wild activities behind closed doors. With the emergence of this NDA, it feels as though these stories of over-the-top events and questionable behavior might be less about myth and more about hidden truths. For those attending Diddy's gatherings, it's clear that privacy isn't just requested, but it's demanded, with severe consequences for those who might dare to speak out. The situation surrounding Diddy's NDA isn't just about protecting a brand, it's about creating an aura of mystery and control. By wielding an NDA as vast and vague as this one, he appears to have set the stage for secrecy on a grand scale, leaving people with more questions than answers. What exactly happens at these parties, and why such extreme lengths to keep it under wraps? Diddy's parties were known for their star-studded guest lists. Some of the biggest names in music, film, and fashion were invited, making these events a top-tier networking opportunity. Imagine an A-list roster featuring artists, actors, and influential figures from various industries mingling and enjoying top-shelf amenities. Each party reportedly followed a specific theme or dress code, often encouraging attendees to go all out with creative outfits and impressive attire. While much of the public image around Diddy's parties highlighted fun, luxury, and exclusivity, recent lawsuits and testimonies have surfaced that paint a different picture, suggesting that some events might have crossed the lines of comfort and respect. Accounts from former attendees have described uncomfortable situations where certain guests felt pressured to partake in activities that they weren't entirely comfortable with. These accounts allege that Diddy's parties sometimes encouraged guests to engage in behavior that felt excessive or beyond the usual scope of a social gathering. In the end, it's not just about privacy, it's about power. Diddy's NDA, with its wide-reaching terms and intimidating language, paints a picture of someone more focused on maintaining control than on simply staying out of the tabloids. It's a cautionary tale for those in his orbit, a reminder that in Diddy's world, silence isn't golden, it's mandatory. And for everyone else, it leaves the question, what really goes on behind those closed doors?
You won't believe what the inside of Diddy's parties look like. Guys, they're so much more wild than you'd imagine. Diddy was known for his insane parties. Most A-list actors attended them. People from all corners of Hollywood were there. He had extravagant cakes, red carpet entrances. Diddy was even carried into his 33rd birthday party on a gold palanquin in 2002. That year, Britney Spears, Ivana Trump, and Janet Jackson attended, along with many other stars. When Diddy turned 35 2 years later, Jay-Z, Jamie Foxx, Paris Hilton, Nicole Richie, and Mariah Carey were photographed helping him celebrate. Stay tuned and watch us explore inside P. Diddy's wild parties over the years. For his 50th birthday, Diddy partied with multiple members of the Kardashian family as well as Pharrell, Kate Beckinsale, and Naomi Campbell. Photos of the star-studded events have resurfaced into the wake of Diddy being taken into custody. People are also uncovering what these parties looked like when you were inside. They were called Diddy's freak-off parties. They were described as intense, multi-day adult parties involving things to alter your brain. During these freak-offs, Diddy allegedly made male and female workers to engage in certain acts while he allegedly recorded them. Despite proclaiming his innocence, Diddy eerily predicted in 1999 that his wild parties might land him behind bars.
Probably be arresting me, doing all types of crazy things just because we want to have a good time.
Let's take a look at what some celebrities have said about Diddy's wild parties. One of them being Ashton Kutcher. Ashton Kutcher struck up an unlikely friendship with Diddy in the early 2000s while working on MTV. During a 2019 appearance on Hot Ones, Ashton explained that their really bizarre relationship began after Diddy told him that he was forbidden from pranking him. When asked his favorite Diddy party story, Ashton declined to answer. He said, "I've got a lot I can't tell." "Can't tell that one either," he said with a laugh. "I'm actually cycling through them. Diddy party stories. Man, that was some weird memory lane thing."
Can't tell that one either. I mean, I'm like actually cycling through them.
During a joint appearance on The Late Late Show, a year prior, Ashton gave more insight into his relationship with Diddy, who he grew close to before meeting his now wife, Mila Kunis. "We're spending a lot of time together," Ashton, seated next to Diddy, told host James Corden. "If you're a single man, there's probably no greater human being in the world to hang out with," the actor continued, adding, "By the way, this was 20 years ago, so we were having a lot of fun together." Although the Friends co-hosted Diddy's annual White Party in 2009 to raise awareness for Malaria No More, there's no indication that Ashton was ever involved in any of Diddy's wild activities. Khloe Kardashian hinted at some stuff at Diddy's parties during an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, ironically titled Secrets of a Double Life in 2014. In the clip, Khloe told sister Kourtney Kardashian that she could spend the weekend with a bunch of her friends, including Diddy, Quincy Combs, Justin Bieber, and French Montana. Elsewhere in the episode, Khloe shared more details about the wild weekend while bowling with her older sister. "I haven't been to bed yet. I got on a plane at 5:30 a.m., Khloe shared. "While this party, I think half the people were not wearing anything," she added.
"Well, this party, I think half the people there were butt naked."
However, when Kourtney asked Khloe's friend for more details about the party, Khloe instructed her to stop talking. A week after Diddy's arrest, actress Jenny Mullen revealed she was invited to one of the freak-offs when she was just 19 years old. "I was in San Diego and the guy came over and he's like, 'My boss wants to meet you,'" Jenny recalled on her Instagram, noting that she was not giving any vibes in jeans and a t-shirt. Jenny eventually went over to meet Diddy, who she joked had the littlest hand she ever felt. The actress claimed that Diddy invited her up to his room for a party, which she declined. "Guys, would I have been in a freak-off?" she asked before bursting into laughter. "Would I have been captured in his room? Would there be footage of me to this day in a sort of crazy freak-off?" Ellen DeGeneres interviewed Diddy on her daytime talk show numerous times over the years, revealing in 2018 that they occasionally partied together. After Diddy arrived late to a taping of her show, Ellen asked if he was also going to be tardy to an upcoming party she was throwing. "Yes, I am. No, Diddy admitted. You know I have to arrive fashionably late. However, Ellen begged Diddy not to arrive too late, adding, because you know, once you get there, the party really starts. Diddy replied saying, I got you. I promise I'm not going to let you down on this big one for real. Usher lived with Diddy, his mentor, in New York in the 90s when he was just a teen. In a 2004 interview with Rolling Stone, Usher said there was always girls around during his time living with Diddy. You'd open a door, you'd see somebody doing it, or several people in a room. You never knew it was going to happen, he shared at the time. Over a decade later, Usher admitted during an interview with Howard Stern that there were very curious things taking place at Diddy's home. I got a chance to see some things. I went there to see the lifestyle and I saw it. I don't know if I can indulge or understand what I was even looking at, he recalled. I had a curiosity of my own. I just didn't understand it. It was pretty wild. It was crazy. When asked if he would ever let his kids stay with Diddy, Usher replied, heck no.
You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy camp?
Hell no.
50 Cent has been one of Diddy's biggest critics even before the news of his arrest went public. I've been very vocal about not going to Puffy parties and doing stuff like that, 50 Cent said, who first met Diddy in the early 2000s, told The Hollywood Reporter in July 2024. I've been staying out of that stuff for years, he added. It's just an uncomfortable energy connected to it. 50 Cent, who met Diddy in 2001, explained that he started getting bad vibes from Diddy after he asked to take him shopping.
He told me to take me shopping. I looked at him like, what'd you just say?
I thought that was the weirdest stuff in the world because that might be something that a man says to a woman, he explained. And I'm just like, nah, I'm not effing with this weird energy or weird stuff. Although the pair collaborated in their early years, 50 Cent insisted it was strictly business and that he didn't ever party or hang out with him. When asked why so many other rappers have yet to speak out about Diddy, 50 Cent suggested that Diddy's celeb circle was in on it. Some of them were involved at the parties and enjoyed themselves, he alleged. They don't know what the F is on tape or what's not on tape, so they're not going to say anything because they might have had too much fun. Ray J, who called Diddy a mentor and a friend, told Chris Cuomo in September 2024 that he and most of his peers were surprised over Diddy's arrest. We've never seen the stuff that's being said and the stuff that people are finding out, he said. I've never been in rooms that people are talking about. I never knew they existed. Ray J, who attended several of Diddy's parties over the years, explained that he always looked up to Diddy. The situation is super unfortunate, but it's important to learn a lesson right now and ensure the next generation understands how to move differently with transparency and integrity, he says. LeBron James claimed Diddy threw the best parties 4 years before his arrest. LeBron made the statement while joining Diddy on an Instagram Live. Hey, everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party, LeBron told Diddy in the resurfaced video. Yeah, that's what's up, Diddy replied with a smile.
No, ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Kendra Wilkinson attended 1 or 2 of Diddy's parties over the years, but insisted they were nothing like the police claim. I had a great time in my youth. I didn't really see anything, she said during a September 2024 appearance on the Kyle and Jackie O radio show. Although Kendra never saw anything really bad happening, she admitted they weren't necessarily PG parties. I'm not saying that something bad didn't happen, she clarified. I'm saying nothing bad ever happened to me.
The indictment alleges that Combs abused and exploited women and other people for years.
There are so many witnesses. There are so many victims.
The wall of silence has now been broken, and victims are coming forward.
P. Diddy caught inviting 13-year-old girl to his party.
Coming to the after party tomorrow?
Footage from the 2003 VMAs has resurfaced, showing Diddy, who is now 54, approaching the Ring actress Davy Chase just after presenting her with the Best Villain Award.
Good, you're doing so good.
Diddy, who is currently in custody in Brooklyn, faces serious charges related to some activities. He continues to deny these accusations even as over 100 civil claims have been filed against him.
Another week and another handful of civil suits filed against P. Diddy.
Since his indictment on September 17, 2024, unsettling videos of Diddy have appeared online, some involving references to his infamous parties that are now being closely examined by investigators.
It's 2020, y'all. Yeah. You know, the game has been elevated.
The most recent clip shows Diddy dressed in a beige suit and holding a drink at the 2003 VMAs. In the video, Diddy approaches 13-year-old Davy as she's doing an interview and asks if she's planning to attend an MTV party scheduled for later that evening. After asking the question, Diddy takes a sip from his drink and breaks into a loud laugh as Davy nods in response. He then shouts, "Yeah," and walks away. Earlier that night, he had spoken to Davy while presenting her with the Best Villain Award for her role in The Ring. After handing her the award, he encouraged her to make her acceptance speech.
Everyone will suffer.
Later, Davy was seen posing for photos alongside Ashton Kutcher and Diddy at VH1's Big In 03 event. A spokesperson for Diddy told The Sun, "It's disheartening to see people twisting moments into something they weren't." Davy Chase has not publicly commented on the video, and it's unclear whether she attended the party that Diddy mentioned. This footage surfaced shortly after Diddy was hit with additional allegations from 7 individuals.
7 new civil suits have been filed against rapper Sean Diddy Combs,
including 4 men and 3 women. One case accused Diddy of exactly what you would expect with a 13-year-old girl at a VMA's after party in 2000, as described in court documents. The alleged victim, known only as Jane Doe, claimed she was given a drink that left her feeling lightheaded and disoriented at a house party in September 2000. She said she was later treated unwell by Diddy while 2 other celebrities looked on. The woman, now 37, stated that Diddy attempted to force her into more inappropriate behavior, but she resisted and fled the room. She said she was left wandering the house trying to find a way out. Another new allegation claims that Diddy would spike baby oil used at his notorious freak-off parties.
Baby oil, more than 1,000 bottles altogether.
According to court filings, it was well known that Diddy would mix things into both drinks and oils. One man also came forward saying that he was mistreated by Diddy when he was just 17 years old and trying to break into the music industry. The young artist described an incident where Diddy invited him to a party in a Manhattan hotel in 2022, promising to help launch his career. When he arrived, Diddy allegedly gave him a drink that made him feel unwell, before leading him to a bedroom with several others present. The young man claims Diddy then touched him. As these allegations continue to mount, Diddy remains in Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center. He has been denied bail multiple times. On Instagram, he recently broke his silence to post a birthday message for his 2-year-old daughter, Love. Meanwhile, his 6 children released a public statement defending him, calling the accusations against their father baseless and dismissing them as theories.
Sean Diddy Combs' children are breaking their silence about their dad's arrest.
They emphasized that they would stand by the truth and remain united as Diddy prepares for his upcoming trial, which is scheduled for May 2025. Their statement read, "People have judged both him and us based on accusations and wild theories, leading to the spread of misinformation on social media. Diddy, who has pled not guilty to all charges, faces a trial that will address accusations of certain activities. His lawyer, Erica Wolf, described the claims as false and defamatory, maintaining that Diddy has done nothing wrong. Before his arrest, speculation had been swirling that the rapper might face some legal stuff due to a number of unsettling accusations, along with the raid of 2 of his mansions by federal agents. Diddy was officially charged on September 17 with 3 federal offenses, including some crazy bad stuff, in connection to allegations that he forced participants to take part in exploitative parties that he referred to as freak-offs. Just hours before his arrest, the US Sun reported that investigators looking into Diddy had been working behind the scenes with prosecutors involved in the Tupac Shakur case, examining potential gang-related activities. Diddy's name reportedly appeared 77 times in court documents related to the Tupac investigation. Aside from his connection to the Tupac case, Diddy has been facing multiple lawsuits, including one settled with his ex, Cassie Ventura. Cassie accused him of some stuff during their relationship, and the case was reportedly resolved out of court. Disturbing surveillance footage from a 2016 hotel incident has surfaced, showing Diddy chasing after Cassie, then something happening in a hallway.
Allegedly shows Combs assaulting then-girlfriend Cassie Ventura in a hallway.
In March 2024, federal agents raided 2 of Diddy's homes, seizing objects for self-defense and other materials believed to have been used at his freak-off parties. These raids occurred just months before Diddy was officially charged. Diddy is also facing civil suits from several individuals who allege that they were berated or mistreated by him over the past 2 decades. One of these lawsuits was filed by music producer Rodney Lil Rod Jones, who claimed that Diddy forced him to hire people for some activities during the production of his latest album.
Very scary for myself, and it has me worried about my kids.
Despite the growing number of accusations, Diddy maintains his innocence and has entered a plea of non-guilty to the charges. If convicted on all counts, he could face life in prison.
So tell me about your birthday party. Am I invited?
I invite you to all my parties. You just haven't seemed to show up.
Did you know that P. Diddy kept inviting Ellen to his parties for years and years?
Because once you get there, the party really starts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It looks like Ellen DeGeneres has a surprising connection to P. Diddy. What do you guys think the connection could be? Did she know about what was going on in these shady parties? Was she involved in this stuff? Some people online have a ton of speculation. She also has a bizarre nickname for him that I'll be talking about. Well, it turns out all of the 100 invites she's gotten, she actually didn't show up to one of these parties. Do you guys think she knew what was going on and chose to avoid it? There's no way Ellen didn't know about some of these shady things, because her and Diddy apparently had a really close friendship. Ellen, I've been a fan for years. It's gonna be really sad if she's on this Diddy list. A few years back on The Ellen Show, Diddy threw down the ultimate call out. He told Ellen DeGeneres that he invited her to all of his parties only to have her skip every one.
Okay, well, maybe I have one at your house.
Where's
This playful jab meant to nudge Ellen about her no-show reputation has resurfaced on social media, but fans are now seeing it with fresh eyes following the current allegations against Diddy. In the clip, Ellen teased Diddy about hosting a bash on the East Coast, jokingly asking, "Am I invited?"
Is it on the East Coast?
Yes.
Well, that's why.
To which Diddy quickly shot back, "I invite you to all my parties. You just haven't shown up." Yikes. After Diddy's recent federal charges, an old clip of Ellen DeGeneres joking about attending his parties has many of us raising our eyebrows. They are saying she must have been at Diddy's notorious celebrations and are not holding back their disdain for her. A lot of people have said that Diddy and Ellen were actually covering up the fact that she actually frequented his parties but didn't want anyone to know because of the stuff that went on there. I'm gonna read you guys some comments online. One said, "She definitely partook in Diddy's parties. The body language shows that they are lying and it's kind of an inside joke between them." That's an interesting take. I saw the video, I get what they're saying. She did look a little bit like she didn't want Diddy to rope her into the drama. Another said, "Now you know why Ellen is discontinued." This is also true. What was the real reason why Ellen was canceled? Everyone said Ellen wasn't nice to them at work, but could it be deeper than that? It looks like Ellen might be hiding some secrets after all, guys. There were so many other comments like this, but I just highlighted this one in particular. Another comment said, "Ellen was for sure at these freak-offs." And another said, "Ellen is for sure on the Diddy list. Wait and see, I'd bet on it." I do know that Ellen was good friends with Diddy, but sometimes we're friends with people without knowing what they're up to behind closed doors. But, I mean, so many people knew what Diddy was up to, but they decided to stay silent. Ellen DeGeneres' peculiar nickname for Diddy has also resurfaced, raising eyebrows with everything going on now. This has people really questioning the nature of their relationship. In a now viral 2016 post on X, Ellen celebrated Diddy's birthday with a string of affectionate titles, including P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, Sean Combs, and she added her own bizarre nickname, Cuddle McSnuggle Stuff, before adding, "You don't need to know why." While at the time it appeared to be a playful inside joke, the resurfacing of this comment has raised questions about the context of their friendship, especially given Diddy's current situation. Cuddle McSnuggle Stuff? That's a seriously strange nickname to give a friend, and then refusing to say why? I can see why so many people are suspicious of Ellen, but how deep does this rabbit hole go? Social media users have voiced their concerns regarding Ellen and Diddy's seemingly amicable relationship following his arrest. One commenter alleged that Ellen was among the A-listers who frequented Diddy's parties, suggesting Ellen DeGeneres knows all too well about Diddy's parties, as mentioned in a YouTube news report. Others were quick to express disbelief, with one user questioning the appropriateness of such a nickname in light of recent revelations. What a strange thing to say. The renewed scrutiny of Ellen's comment comes as Diddy's relationship with several high-profile celebrities are also being examined. Diddy is currently in detention in a New York facility as he awaits trial. Ellen DeGeneres' long-running talk show came to an end following allegations of a bad work environment. After taking some time out of the spotlight, which is a common move for canceled celebs, Ellen attempted to win her audience back by releasing an hour-long comedy special, For Your Approval, a move which no one approved of, unfortunately. The source stated, to put it mildly, Ellen's Netflix special did nothing to reverse her bad reputation. In fact, the desperate relaunch of her career fell so flat on its face, the incident has not only intensified the talk about Ellen and Portia's remaining pals in Hollywood, that their marriage is in terrible shape. The source argued that Ellen failed to learn a thing from her days as queen of drama, running her talk that led to her downfall. So apparently now Ellen is hiding from the camera, but she's still trying to get work done and stay relevant with a new skincare line she started with her wife called Kind Science. The source said that Ellen starting a skincare business with Portia reeks of desperation and suggests that it's not good at home if they need this new project to work on. The source also added that celebrity skincare space is already oversaturated with brands from the likes of Kim Kardashian, Rihanna, Hailey Bieber, Kylie Jenner, Jessica Alba, Selena Gomez. It really is the strangest marriage in Hollywood because of all of the wacky drama Ellen has dragged them into as a couple. And a lot of Ellen's side hustles evaporated after her cancellation. People can tell that something is off, the first source continues, because they've never really seen Ellen like this before. Old posts and videos have surfaced showing a ton of celebrities who have previously attended Diddy's parties. However, the nature of these gatherings, particularly whether they were related to the infamous freak-offs, remain unclear. Resurfaced footage from the reality series Keeping Up with the Kardashians features Khloe Kardashian admitting to attending one of Diddy's parties, stating that half the guests were not wearing anything at all.
Well, this party, I think half the people there were butt naked.
Additionally, Ashton Kutcher expressed discomfort about attending the events, calling them weird. Superstar athlete LeBron James, in a 4-year-old live stream, praised Diddy's gathering, saying, "Ain't no party like a Diddy party," further adding to the intrigue surrounding these events.
Hey, everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
Yeah, that's what's up.
In light of Diddy's legal troubles, several celebrities have publicly distanced themselves from him. Singer Pink recently clarified that rumors regarding her deleting posts due to Diddy's controversies were unfounded. She emphasized that while she might have met various individuals in passing, she's not associated with the ongoing situation. Similarly, a source close to Leonardo DiCaprio denied any allegations linking him to Diddy's drama, according to the Yahoo News report. The source clarified that Leo DiCaprio attended a few of Diddy's gatherings during his early career, but insisted that they were simply large house parties and not freak-offs. Here's the truth about Michael Jackson's connection to P. Diddy. Did you guys know Michael Jackson attended one of P. Diddy's parties?
I didn't even invite Mike to the party. Mike just showed up at the party.
In a 2009 interview, P. Diddy shared a wild story about Michael Jackson crashing one of his parties unexpectedly. He wasn't even invited, he just showed up.
Charity, they come over to me, they say, "Mr. Michael Jackson is here to see you." I'm like, get out of here.
There are tons of theories going around right now, guys. One being that there's an underground tunnel that leads straight from Diddy's house to Michael Jackson.
You can see the sketches here of these underground tunnels being built.
Can you believe it? How connected could these guys be? MJ is the king of pop, but we all know what he was accused of before his passing. Diddy's accusations are very similar and worse, and they're turning out to be true. So now let's take it back to 2009, when Diddy appeared on the Late Night Show with David Letterman. Diddy shared a jaw-dropping story that would leave anyone flabbergasted. He revealed that the legendary Michael Jackson, the king of pop, had crashed into one of his parties, uninvited. What could have possibly drawn Michael to this gathering, if not a formal invitation? It turns out that the late singer had only one reason in mind: Beyonce. Diddy shared an anecdote about a surprise guest at one of his parties, Michael Jackson, and this conversation, filmed before Diddy's current situation, has taken on new significance because it brings back memories of a time when the entertainment scene felt different. So during the chat, David Letterman showed Diddy a photo of him with Michael Jackson from one of these extravagant events. Diddy spoke about the time when a security team had approached him with astonishing news. Michael Jackson was at the door. Initially skeptical, he couldn't believe that the king of pop would arrive uninvited. Before I dive in, I want to clarify that not everybody who attended a Diddy party was doing something wrong. The freak-off parties, it seems that they happened after hours. Some people were just excited to be at an A-list celebrity event. Others might have just popped in for an hour to show their face and then headed home. It's important to keep that in mind. I mean, if I was invited to an A-list celeb party, do you think I would turn it down? I would go, but freak-off? No thank you. With that being said, Diddy recalled the moment, saying that maybe 6 years ago, Michael Jackson came to one of my parties, so I'm in the party, I'm hosting them, you know, being the hostess with the mostest and everything. Then the security came up to me and said, "Mr. Combs, Mr. Michael Jackson is here to see you." I'm like, "Get out of here." After snapping a photo together, Michael Jackson leaned in and asked about Beyonce. Diddy remembered the moment vividly. He said, "I find Mike. I'm like, 'Mike, what's up? What are you doing here? Thanks for coming.' We start chit-chatting, then he whispers in my ear, 'Where's Beyonce?'"
We go to the booth, we start chit-chatting. Whispers in my ear, he says, "Where's Beyonce?"
Diddy clarified, this is before Jay-Z, noting that Michael Jackson had specifically come to the party only to see Beyonce.
He came to the party to holler at Beyonce.
So wait, Beyonce and Michael Jackson almost dated? This was almost a thing? Apparently at this Diddy party, they were even dancing together. Diddy even said that Michael was smooth about it. Okay, so the Diddy drama, it's at an all-time high right now. Diddy's reputation is unsalvageable. Everyone is finding out the true him. Many knew for years and didn't say anything. And speculation, it's swirling. One of his close friends, Nick Cannon, recently shared his perspective during an interview on the No Jumper podcast. Well, his take on the Diddy situation, it might surprise you guys, because instead of distancing himself from that whole gross situation, he's sticking up for Diddy. Despite the gravity of the allegations against Diddy, Nick decided to stick by his friend's side, noting that he believes Diddy genuinely wanted to improve his life. Nick said the Puff I knew wanted to change and was evolving.
But the Puff I knew, I started to see, I felt like he wanted to change and was evolving.
When asked about the specific allegations, he made it clear that he personally does not believe they're true.
I don't agree with the behavior, but I care for the person.
Very suspicious, Nick. I guess the video proof of him and Cassie isn't bad enough for you? Or all of the hundreds of people coming forward? In another significant development, the new list of high-profile names linked to Sean Diddy is circulating online. The alleged list contains names of Leonardo DiCaprio, Jay-Z, Beyonce, Ashton Kutcher, Paris Hilton, Howard Stern, Russell Brand, Mariah Carey, Jennifer Lopez, Russell Simmons, Usher, Megan Fox, and many others. The list went viral as Usher, Pink, and Megan cleared their entire social media. Usher, who once stayed with Diddy, said his ex account got hacked and his past post disappeared. Apart from Usher and Pink, Megan Fox also deleted all her posts on Instagram and X, triggering speculations over how she was linked to Diddy. So, do you guys think Usher's account actually got hacked? It's a bit strange that a hacker would go onto his profile and delete past posts. What do you think? I'm a huge Megan Fox fan, so I'm hoping it's just coincidence, but it's so strange that Megan also has a completely blank Instagram at the time of this video because she deleted all her posts after Diddy got arrested. Recently, his children shared a statement on Instagram defending him, which read, "The past month has been so hard on our family. Many have judged both him and us based on accusations, theories, false narratives, and have spiraled into absurdity on social media. We stand united, supporting you every step of the way. We hold on to the truth, knowing it will prevail. Nothing will break the strength of our family. We miss you and love you, Dad." The joint statement was posted on Instagram. It really is a hard time for the family, and I feel for them, because no one wants to believe their parent's a monster. But the people who experienced the reality of what happened deserve to be set free by the truth. If Diddy is convicted on the federal charges, he faces a minimum of 15 years and a maximum of a life behind bars. There's also footage that is circulating the internet from the 2003 VMAs featuring Diddy approaching actress Davy Chase right after he presented her with the Best Villain Award. In the latest clip, Diddy, wearing a beige suit and holding a drink, is seen at the 2003 VMAs. He approaches the 13-year-old Davy, who's in the middle of an interview, and asked if she planned to attend the MTV party later that evening. After she nods in response, Diddy takes a sip from his drink, bursts into laughter, and exclaims, "Yeah," before walking away. Earlier that night, he had interacted with Davy when he presented her the award for her role in The Ring, encouraging her to give an acceptance speech.
So good, you're doing so good.
I just want to say, later, Davy was seen posing for photos with Ashton and Diddy at VH1's Big in 2003 event. This footage came to light just after Diddy faced new allegations from several people, 4 men and 3 women. One of the cases involves serious accusations related to another 13-year-old girl at the VMAs after party back in 2000, as detailed in court documents. The accusations? Exactly what you'd expect from a freak of nature like Diddy. The 13-year-old girl, known only as Jane Doe, claimed she was given a drink that left her feeling lightheaded at a house party in September 2000. She said she was later treated unwell by Diddy while 2 other celebrities looked on. The woman, who's now 37, stated that Diddy attempted to force her into doing more, but she resisted and fled the room. She said she was left wandering at the house trying to find a way out. Another new allegation claims that Diddy would spike baby oil at his notorious freak-off parties. According to court filings, it was well known that Diddy would mix things into the drinks and the baby oils. One man came forward saying that he was mistreated by Diddy when he was just 17 years old and trying to break into the music industry. The young artist described an incident where Diddy invited him to a party in Manhattan Hotel in 2022, promising to help launch his career. When he arrived, Diddy allegedly gave him a drink that made him feel unwell before leading him to a bedroom with several others present. The young man claims Diddy did some more unspeakable things.